And we are live. Welcome to the Focus Daily Show, where we bring you the latest in news and entertainment, give you an update or a recap, I guess you could say, for the news that you probably didn't get a chance to watch while you was at work. So we'll bring it to you here, give you the latest and greatest information. First up in the news, we got Mr. Robert Blake. Robert Blake, you may know him from the TV show Beretta. Let me bring his picture up real quick. That's Mr. Robert Blake. He was he passed away today at age 89. Most of you may know Robert Blake from the TV show Beretta, and in 2001, his girlfriend, or it wasn't his wife, but like a girlfriend or something, was murdered, and he was accused of the murder. Went to trial in like 2004 and was found not guilty in 2005. Well, today at 89 years old, he has passed away. Rest in peace to Mr. Robert Blake. Yep, rest in peace. A lot of deaths happened over the last week. Can't name them all, but it's part of life. Next up in news, they got the cartel, the thing that's going on with the cartel and the kidnapping. New information came out today. The first new information was that it was a fifth person, another lady who was supposed to go cross the border with them, but ended up not going because her paperwork wasn't in order. So she stayed back at the hotel. And fortunate for her, she didn't have to go through that ordeal. But the other two are back. The two deceased are back, and they're gonna do a further autopsy on the bodies. And then other development in that news about the kidnapping is that the cartel responsible handed over five other suspects and an apology letter, basically apologizing for the incident and saying that it was not a top order from the top. These were some like rogue members of that cartel that did that, and so was the reason they turned them over and said that they was out of order. So they turned them over to the Mexican police. I'm not sure what America's involvement is going to be with that, but I mean, hopefully that's good news or comfort to the parents, because I know I saw the mother, one of the mother of the lady that was in the ordeal. She gave an interview with her children, or it was her children or her grandchildren. She did an interview on CNN with Don Lemon, and it was quite interesting. She just spoke about it, and I really don't like how the interview where something like this happened. They try to get in touch with your emotional side and ask you how do you feel, and they want to pull tears and emotion out of the guests or the relatives of the victim. But she stood firm or strong and just spoke on it. But at some point, you could see that she like, why did I agree to do this interview? You could see it on her face, and she was ready to get up out of there. But again, hopefully that the justice will be served. Justice will be served. Next up, next up in the news, the case of the 6-year-old shooter. This happened a few months back. You might remember this right here is the teacher. Her name is Abby Zwerner. She was the one that was shot by the 6-year-old child, and the prosecution in that state decided they're not going to press charges against the 6-year-old. There's no rules or no laws in place to allow for them to press charges against the 6-year-old child who shot her. And she was in critical condition, but she's at home recovering now. But She was shot like in her chest somewhere or something like that. So hopefully she'll make a full recovery and be back to normal. Yep. Man, gotta be careful with them guns. Be careful with the guns. What we got next? Next, next up on the news. Next we have Glorilla. Glorilla. As you know, today, um, they had a concert over there in Rochester, New York. Her and another rap artist named Finesse two times. They had a concert over there, and at the time, some people was trampled, and two of them died. Well, the third one died. Third person died today, um, being trampled because they say what they loud noise. They thought it was gunshots, and everybody made a run for the door, causing people to get trampled upon. That's sad news. You know, you go to a concert to have fun, and something things get out of order. And what's interesting to me about this story is that the three people that were killed in the stampede was all women in their 30s, like 35-year-old women were trampled to death. You know, it's a sad case, and probably don't want to be trying to run or make a run for the door when people run out. I know you're trying to avoid the gunshots and things of that nature, but you know, I don't ever get caught in no stampede. I know the closest I came to a stampede, I guess you'll say, was when they had Stephon Clark out here in Sacramento, and we was out there protesting. I was a part of the protest at the time, and I was on the front line, basically, right at the standoff with the. It was security for the Golden One Center. That's where the Kings play, and the the people in the what do you call it? The people in the protest, they wanted to raid the floor, and you know, I was just exercising my anger and participating in it, and you know, you get caught up in a whole melee, which they start pushing, and next thing you know, it was just big old confusion and mayhem. And during that time, you know, I would advise everyone not to be on that front line as far as protesting. I wouldn't do it again. I know there's smarter ways of combating police brutality, in my opinion. I wouldn't do that again because I know after it was all over, had to walk back to my car with one shoe because I couldn't find my shoe and I lost my glasses, my pair of glasses that day. And you know, once the bodies start moving, all this activity going on, you don't know what's going on, and all you hear is confusion and noise. And you know, you got to be careful. I could have got trampled to death out there. You never know, but fortunately I didn't, and nobody died during that incident. But if you plan on being out there protesting, just be mindful and stand in support, but don't stand in the way. That's what I would say to that. Yep. None of my co-hosts, I guess, couldn't make it today. You know, we everybody's excited and ready to see Mr. Walk. Got a new show coming up at 9 o'clock. Sex Talk with Walk. So I'm gonna probably cut this a little early. Make sure I covered everything first. Yep, those are all the stories. You know, keep you updated. Next week, keep you the latest with the Michael Irvin situation, and see where he's at as far as that go. I know yesterday we reported that he did not get a copy of the videotape. He's still suing the Marriott for $100 million because of the false claim against him. So that's all we got in the news. We're gonna brace for the weather out here. If you're out here on the West Coast, brace for severe weather storms and severe heavy snow, particularly up here in Sacramento. And later in the week, it's probably gonna work its way down near to Southern Cali and the Los Angeles area. So Be safe out there when we're driving on these roads, and be careful. And I hope everybody have a good night. Peace, and I'm out. That's the end of the show. I hope you got an update. All right, we out.